Philippines digital arrival card. Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Dunn. If you're traveling to the Philippines, stop scrolling. You must complete the mandatory Philippines e-travel pass, which is the digital arrival card, before you fly. And it is now required for both arrival and departure. To tell you the truth, this is the only country I came across which requires to fill out the form even before your departure. So this document is 100% free. Yet, countless scam sites are charging up to $75 for this official form. Today, I'm going to give you the complete step-by-step tutorial to navigate the government website and get your valid green QR code without paying a single peso. So let's start. So the first thing you're going to do, go to google.com on your local language or local country and search for Philippines Digital Arrival Card. So when you search for that, then you're going to get this page and this should be your first match. Now, be very careful here. Do not click on any other sites, as some of the sites are scam and they're going to ask you for money. So always look for gov.ph. So what it means that this is official government of Philippines website and this is where you need to go. So it tells you Philippines travel information system. So you're just going to click here and the headline and it's etravel gov.ph. So you're going to click here. And here it's taking you to a page where you have to input your personal information. Now, what happens here, you're not going to get this page right away. And Philippines is the only country which forced me to sign up. I was like, I did many of the digital arrival card and I didn't have to sign up for any other country. But, Philippines forced me to sign up using my email address. So what I did, I just used my, training email address and then I signed up. Then it takes me or brings me to this page. So once you sign up and choose your, password, then you're going to come to a page like this. And here you're going to input all the information. So now, you can see that here looks like they're asking to take a photo or upload a file. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, upload my dummy passport. And I'm just going to do that. And looks like it accepted it because it says 100%. Now, here you're going to choose foreign passport. If if you have Philippines passport, then you can choose Philippines. But for most of it, it's going to be foreign passport. So if you click here, and here you're going to enter your first name. So my name is Ahmed Don, but I'm not going to use my real name because this is going to the government of Philippines. So I'm just going to use Adam Bondon. Okay, now looks like the last name is optional, but you have to enter the first name. Now suffix is optional, but let me see. I am just going to leave this empty. I don't need that. Sex is male. Date of birth. Here, I'm going to choose something like, let's say, 1975. 1975. And let's choose like May 15th. Okay, so we can pick like May 15th. And phone number. So here you're going to put in your phone number. So I'm going to put my Canada phone number. So this is going to be Canada is +1. So I'm just going to pick from here and 416-123-4567. This is not a real phone number. Now, citizenship here, I'm going to put in Canada. And you can see that I got the match. Country of birth, I'm going to also put in here Canada. And we got that. And passport number, so I'm going to just enter a dummy passport number. Hopefully the system will accept it. It will not reject me. So let's put in AB 5656. Passport issuing authority, this is also Canada. And passport issue date, so here I'm going to enter, let's say 2024. Let's say May 15th. Occupation, so here I'm going to put in Let's see what we have here. So looks like they don't have that many choices. So I'm just going to put in like, professional. Okay, so now let's go to the next page and hopefully it will not give us any trouble with the passport number and the dummy passport copy. So I'm just going to click next. Okay, so looks like the system took it. So permanent country of resident. So here it is asking for your address. So I'm just going to put in here Canada, and I'm going to put in here, let's say 8 Go Street, 8 Go Street. Province would be, okay, the city would be Toronto, province would be Ontario, postal code would be M7V3E2, just a dummy address. Click on next. Okay, so here it's kind of giving you a summary of information you entered. So here you can see that everything is there. Now I'm going to submit and see what happens. So once I entered, it took us to a page, and this is what it looks like. Now, new travel declaration. So I think this is what we have to put in. So air, via air, or sea. And sea is for cargo vessel only. So I'm just going to click here. And now you may register within 72 hours prior to your arrival or departure. So you have to do this before arrival and before departure. So remember that. And Philippines is the only country where you need to complete this before departure. So you're going to come here to the same page before leaving. Don't forget that. But right now we're going to Philippines. So we're just going to click here arrival. And this is for me. So I'm just going to enter here arrival and I'm going to hit continue. And let's see what happens. Okay, so now it's taking me to a page for purpose of travel. Like, have to enter this information. So I'm just going to say that tourism, which is going to be, let's see, transit. Okay. Holiday. Okay. I saw holiday somewhere. Okay. Why this is, okay, here. Vacation. Traveler type. Aircraft passenger. Flight information. Name of the airline. I'm going to put in Air Canada. Okay, and now I'm going to put in flight number AC567. So hopefully it's going to accept it. Now origin, country of origin. So here, your country of origin, which is going to be from Canada. So I'm just going to enter here Canada. We are going to assume that we have a stopover in Malaysia and we'll see what happens here. Airport of origin, same, Canada. Date of departure. So you can see here that today is December 2nd. So you cannot fill up beyond these dates. So I'm just going to choose here date of departure, let's say tomorrow. And date of return, I'm just going to do like 1 week, which is going to be December, let's say December 3rd and December 15th with transit. So here I'm going to check with transit. So this is where you're going to take like, transit, connecting flight. So let's say we are going through Malaysia. So I'm just going to enter MAL. Malaysia airport would be Kuala Lumpur. And date of transit, here I'm going to put, let's say December 3rd again, which is fine. And destination, airport of destination. So here I'm going to enter, I think it's called Ninoy Aquino International Airport. So that's where usually we land. So I'm just going to choose one. And arrival date, I'm going to say here, let's say December 4. Okay, destination upon arrival in the Philippines. So here I'm going to the hotel resort. Now here you need your hotel address and stuff. Maybe I'll just try Marriott. So it has to be this one. And you can see that here actually have to choose hotel and resort, which I did before. So you can search or you can just put in your name. So when I search, it looks like it picked up the hotel name. So I'm just going to hit next now, but just to make sure that we have everything here okay. So everything looks like okay here. So I'm just going to click next. Okay, so looks like we didn't fill up something. So I'm going to see which one. Okay, guys, so I was having problem entering a dummy flight number. So what happened now, I just entered EVA Air, and then if you could put your cursor here, then it's just going to pull all the flight information. So I'm just going to pick one from here. Now, this should work, and let's take a look if this is going to work. And we are going to hit next. Okay, so finally we got through it. It was giving us trouble because I think it was just looking for a valid flight number. But I filled out other country form with just a dummy flight number. I never had any issue. So now health declaration. As of July 23, no COVID required and countries work transited in the last 30 days. Okay, so here, have you had any exposure? Okay, country worked, visited, or transited in the last 30 days. So this is optional. I'm not going to fill that out. However, here, I'm going to say no. Have you been sick? No. And then next. So here, baggage declaration. And here's some information like, how much currency you can take and all other information. So can you confirm? Do you have baggage or currency to declare? Okay, by continuing, you confirm you have read and understood the information above. Do you have baggage or currency to declare? So we don't have anything to declare. I'm going to hit no. And here, if you have someone else is traveling with you, and this is you're going to be filling out, and I'm just going to hit here. There's none. So let's accompanied family member 00 number of baggage. I'm going to click like 1 here. I'm going to click like 1. First time no. Next. For custom declaration signature, now we have to sign. So I'm just going to sign something here. And next, I think that we are close to the end now. Travel declarations will also be generated for the selected family member. That's fine. Next. You haven't selected any family member for this travel registration. Are you sure you're not traveling with a companion? Yes. Okay, so what's happening now? So it just has all the information and submit. I think if we submit, then it's going to, create the QR code or something. Let's hit submit. Okay, so looks like we are successful for registering to eTravel. You're entitled to shop at duty free. Okay, we don't need. Now, I'm going to close this one and let's see what happens. Okay, so kindly present your passport to the immigration officer for eTravel registration, confirming and QR code to custom. Okay, so here is the QR code and this is valid until this date, but I'm going to check if they emailed something. Okay, so it looks like they also emailed the QR code, and basically that's all you need. And this is how you complete the digital arrival card for Philippines. And very important, do not forget to do it again before your departure. And I already showed you where to click for that. So you're going to have to create an account and password. So just save that password because you're going to be needing it again before you leave Philippines. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.